resources for teaching math. And some of these concepts may not be exactly applicable to your subject, but maybe the tool that it gives you can. We'll start off with a pretty simple one. This one I like a lot, teaching integers. You've got different options you can drop down, and I like that you have the elevation over here showing negative and positive. And what I really like is when you go into the positive, your creature or your thing changes as well. You have fish that you can put down here at the bottom. You can go up and down with as well. And it changes where it is. What I like up here is that you also have a number line going up here, and you can do multiple pieces into there. I like that drag and drop. They've even got a piggy bank option as well. You can get money and it'll go across the number line there, and you can also do money going down. I think this one is great for as you're teaching positive and negative. It's a great tool. Some other ones that we could talk about. This one's probably one of my favorite area for teaching area, and that is the geo board that you have here. It's pretty much just a board, and you've got these rubber bands, and you can create images, shapes, whatever you want to do. You can also add text if you see down here at the bottom. You can also do a circle geo board. You can do different math equations. You can add text, as you can see that I've dropped in there as well. And what's really cool about this is it requires zero login for your students or anything along those lines. You can send this out to them this way right down here at the bottom. You've got a share button. It will create a link for you. You copy this link, you post it in Google Classroom, Canvas, wherever you want to, and when they go to that particular link, it will not edit the master or anything like that. They can manipulate it, do what you want with it, and then they can send it right back to you by generating a link or taking a screenshot. So here's the one that I just sent to the students, but to give you an example, it will not let me go out to there, something along those lines, so I'm creating those. There's my new image. Here was the master, so it does not affect the master at all. So I love the geo board feature. A lot of abilities that you can do with that to share with them as well. Some other ways that you can do reflection across there, reflect the triangle. You can write the equation however you want. Again, it's just a simple share feature. You've got colors, you've got some sliders, all kinds of text features, colors. I don't want to bore you too much. I just kind of want to let you know about this particular tool. Some other tools that we can possibly look at, we'll talk about those in just a second, but fractions, and one of my favorites to do that with is Mathagon Polypad. It is an awesome tool. It's completely web-based on what you can do with it here. You've got some different navigation over here on the side. You have geometry, numbers, fractions. I like this fraction one a lot. It kind of helps us. Let me zoom out of that, and I can zoom in. And that's one really cool feature, is this whole thing is like a humongous whiteboard. You can go as big or as small as you want. You can drag different images into, or the different fractions into there, so that they can see, kind of visualize those fractions and how it makes one whole right there. So that one's a really neat one. Other features with the Polypad, I love this feature a lot. You can have a scale here, and they can rationalize and see how they're even to each other. You can also break that out, and they can drag as many as they can into here to see that it's even as well. It's very cool, and then it will even out that scale. But let's say you want to do something a little different. So I've got the number cards over here to the side. Maybe I want them, I don't know exactly how you could apply this, but you're the expert. I just want to show you some cool things that you can do as far as balancing and equals. So you don't have to use the tools that they have in here. So I'm just going to look up an image of a dog. I'm going to drag and drop it over into here. I'm going to put it in here. Let's say I want to make, I can put the dog in there with my scale. I can balance it. So now I know my dog is worth 4. If you want to do something like that, now I double it. Now it gets as heavy, so I can pull my 4 out of there. I can put now an 8, and so it evens out. You can have a lot of fun with that. Very cool. To get this to your students, it's almost the exact same feature. You as a teacher would need to create an account, but to get it to your students, you would not need to. You would just save this one as a file. I save it over here on the left hand side, and then it gives me a sharing link, same as before. I copy, post that wherever I want to. Now they can manipulate it and they will not manipulate the master at all. I think that one's very, very cool. I love that one. There are tons and tons of options with this Mathigon Polypad, and it works the same way. You can create whatever one you want, so that we've got geometry, number tiles, we've got number lines, prime factor circles. It's really just a ton of different ones that you can do there. Math is not my expertise, so I'm not going to claim how to use this or whatnot. I kind of just want to show you the tool, and then you could possibly run with it. Fractions you can convert to percentages as well. You also have different algebra equations that you can do within it, probability and data, playing cards, games, and applications. They've got a lot of really neat ones, completely free. You create an account if you want. You don't even have to create an account if you don't want to. It's just to share it with your teacher, with your students. You would need to if you want to create a master with them that way. Another one that I really like is Desmos, and they've got a lot of pre-made stuff in there. This is Marble Slides lines, and you have your equation over here on the left hand side, and you are to plug it so that you can drop this ball and it clears out the stars. Obviously I didn't get it right, so now I'm gonna have to go back and look at my equation because I want this line to hit those stars. So there we go, -2. And so I get through there. It's almost like Angry Birds math version, and so you can advance through that. This is the most popular one on Desmos, but it's the same concept. Create an account, share it with your students. We do have accounts, you can absolutely use it, so it works that way as well. I want to show you some of the more popular ones. So they've got all of these right here. Mini golf marble slides. I've had a ton with that one. This one may be more middle school to high school, but you can absolutely apply it at the elementary level. And it kind of works the same way. You look at it, find one that you like. You can do a student preview on it. And you're trying to get kind of the same idea, the ball into the hole. And so I've got it right here. It works. The first one is a freebie, and it will go through each of those. I guarantee you turn your students loose on this, they're going to have a lot of fun with this one. And so I obviously want to get this to there. I can click here, it will show me where it is, and I'm just going to adjust it accordingly because I'm going to need it to be over here, x-axis. So let's say I want it at 7. Let's go 7 and 2. Yeah, maybe not 7 and 4. Let's go something along those lines. So yeah, so then you launch it, and then they're able to go into the hole as well. So Desmos, that's a great tool. It's a ton of fun. Really like that. Some other ones that we have in here: Partial Product Finder, completely web-based. You can adjust your numbers up here, and then you have a slider down here at the bottom that helps you rationalize what it looks like. And as you hover over each one, you'll see the colors down here. Other possible tools, you've got counting by 10. Again, like we said, manipulatives went out, but you may not always have those, so this is a good substitution that you can drag and drop into those as well. This one too has the share feature that you can drop over there. I also like this one a lot. If you're doing it in front of the board, you want to ask them a question, you have it covered up, and then you can reveal it by pressing the I. I think that's a great one. Some other ones, this was the one that we were just looking at. But that's kind of a brief rundown of this particular document, but there are tons and tons of tools within those tools that I'm sharing out. There's some really neat ideas that you can do with them. Anyway, I hope you find this helpful.